Good morning, 9 a.m. embargo time for what GoPro is calling bones. That's fun. I like that, bones. It's actually very descriptive of what this new release is. It's a new release, but it's not. It's kind of the same thing, just like half of it. Before we even get into this, I am very unqualified to discuss the matter of bones. Both the camera and bones themselves. There is someone who's better at that, who would be better than me. So I think we should pay this person a visit now. They live about 2 hours away. So now about an hour and 15 minutes, I'm exaggerating. So let's go visit this person and talk bones. The camera bones, not actual bones.
What do we have here?
Bam. I figure it's better in your hands than mine.
Okay. It looks like a regular GoPro. It's so much lighter though.
So it's stripped down so that you can mount it to a camera.
Okay.
Better. There it is.
Wow. A lot of people have been taking Hero 6s and stripping them down. There's like YouTube videos that you can watch and you can buy these components. It weighs like 40 grams or something like that. It's like a fraction of the weight of a regular GoPro. And you still get all the quality. And the reason you'd want to do that is because then you can fly something like this, which the total combined weight of this thing is 230 grams or something like that. From a legal perspective, you can fly it anywhere. That is why you would do something like this. And I mean, it's so much better to just be able to buy something out of the box. The whole FPV world is getting more and more, you know, out of the box, ready to fly kind of a thing. It used to be such a, you have to know how to, you have to be like an engineer to be able to build one of these things, right? And now you can buy these things off the shelf.
I am not part of the DIY community, hence driving this new Bones camera to Christoph to test fly, because I'm not really an FPV pilot. I've never been an FPV pilot. I've never even really been super interested in learning how to be an FPV pilot. I really appreciate FPV pilots though, because I think it takes a tremendous amount of skill and I love watching what people are capable of, like this guy. So I figured the camera would be better in his hands than mine, and you'd get a little more of like a realistic approach as to what this thing is, how it works, and what it looks like visually.
Okay.
That's it.
So there's that. Okay, so this clicks onto here.
And how do you power it?
There has to be a cable. Yes, we got the cable. We will have to do some soldering.
I guess that's a perfect example of who this camera is for. I've never soldered anything, so I just would not have the means to even get this camera up and running. But the community that it's built for most certainly would, and probably already has.
The community that it's built for will probably have this kind of stuff just lying around their place. We actually don't need this at all. It's just wire. It looked like DIY stuff. So
It's for the
I'll
shot.
get the actual wires.
It's for the shot. What is all this? Why do you have a toothbrush in here?
Like when you crash, which happens all the time, and you want to clean all the electronics off.
See, I love that. Leave it to the FPV community to have, or Christoph, to have a plastic bag filled with zip ties and things I haven't seen and toothbrush to clean the drone when it crashes. Like I said, I've got the utmost respect for FPV. I feel something like this just requires even more time and practice and patience, and I just don't feel like I have enough of that as it is, especially to give this its due diligence. And when I say this, I just mean FPV in general.
Look at this. Yeah, what's customs like with that?
Yeah, they love this kind of stuff. I'm like, I promise it's not explosives, and then they're like, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. A whole little mad scientist kit.
They give you these power leads here on the camera. This board will give me power from the drone battery. So I gotta solder these 3 wires to 3 points on this board. It's a little complicated, but I'm sure there'll be YouTube videos just about how to do this specifically.
Yeah.
In fact, I might make one.
Good.
You know, in hindsight, I think I'm gonna use this drone just because it has a GoPro mount already built in.
But the B-roll was looking so tasty.
We'll just use the B-roll and then we'll say we use this guy instead.
And that's all you have to do.
Half an hour and a couple Google searches later, we're ready to fly. This is like a field charger, so it's like how I would charge batteries in the field, but I can also use it to check the voltage of the batteries. You don't want to fly a battery that's dead for obvious reasons.
Yeah, especially with an R3 on it.
Yeah, especially with, oh my God.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Field charger, screwdrivers and toothbrushes, little soldering kits and plastic bags. Man, it's not for me.
Look at this, dude. Hey, you like what you like.
Yeah, that's it. Everything comes down to the performance of the drone, and when you have like a significant amount more weight on it, it affects the way it flies. In this case, how quickly it'll drop. The longer it takes to drop, you know, the more time you have to kind of do something cool in those moments. So it's just easier to fly with like less weight on there. You definitely feel a difference when you put a GoPro on a drone versus just flying it around without a camera on there. And this is a little bit more like flying it out without a GoPro at all.
So, a little bit of a first look at the new GoPro FPV camera, Bones. It's a cool name. They workshopped that. I appreciate it.
That was for the shot I did in Zimbabwe with an FPV drone, in case anybody wants to question my qualifications for for these kinds.
Again, figured Christoph would be the better candidate for testing this camera. He's gonna go out and get a couple shots, so all the FPV stuff you see, he flew that, not me.
Okay, so I just did a quick flight with the Hero 10, like the regular one, and I got about a 5-minute flight time versus 7.5 minutes with the stripped down version, which is pretty awesome. An extra 2.5 minutes, that's 33% more time. And it's starting to rain now, so I'm gonna quickly strap on the strip down, do one more flight, and then I'll head out and I'll just talk about my thoughts on the camera as I make my way out. So yeah, if you're seeing the footage of the river, that means I didn't crash and burn. So to me alone, that's reason enough to use the Bones over the regular Hero 10 for cinematic FPV stuff. I don't think I would use it for freestyle stuff just because I don't think it's gonna take a beating the same way that a regular Hero 10 will. But for cinematic FPV, I think I would go for this camera over a regular Hero 10 Black. The fact that I don't have to worry about charging batteries, I can just use the drone batteries, is a pretty big deal, and I get longer flight time, so I get more chances at the shot I want to get. And assuming the quality is as good as a regular Hero 10, I don't really see any reason to use a normal Hero 10 over the Bones edition. Thanks for letting me try this camera, Peter.
All right, have fun flying.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'll do some like real world tests and send you the footage and let you know my final closing thoughts. But,
Please do.
yeah, thanks for coming through.
Thanks, man.
Okay, take it easy.